Hey folks, today is, I was going to say April 20th, Saturday, April 20th. Let's take a look and see what happened this week, and then we'll take a look at the list of stocks that I have. So the S&P just keeps trying to find a way to go higher here, and it's following along the 21-day. The NASDAQ looks the same, the Dow looks pretty good, the Russell, a little bit weak, you can see the NASDAQ here. Russell, a little bit weaker, bouncing off the 200-day there though, but still holding up pretty good. Previously, I talked about how I don't really like the look of this and the way it's going, and it almost looks like it's going to be prone to a pullback. But I went back here to 2016, 2017 time frame. And I noticed that when we were in the really strong bull market period where, we just keep going higher, there's a lot of that going on of what we're seeing right now. See this kind of behavior? Bar after bar after bar after bar, little bars. Market just keeps going up. There's no real downside happening. And if there is downside, it's minimal, like this. It's a pullback, sure, small consolidation. Market bounces off and just keeps climbing. It's kind of the same behavior that we're getting right now through all of this, just bar after bar of upside, dips, bouncing, and just kind of what we got right now. So it looks, I guess it ultimately looks like regular bull market behavior, except my biggest concern is where we are in relation to this high. So we just keep pushing higher and closer to it, but we're like right there. It's like, it's hovering overhead. So I guess that's my big concern. The market does seem to keep climbing, and there are a number of stocks that do, even though there have been some other stocks that have just been sold off really strong. There's other ones that keep climbing. So I still want to be cautious, I guess. Just because we are so close to this, and if we do get an update that kind of thrusts us higher with a big green bar there, I don't really know how the market's going to react when it hits that high. So being really careful, I think, is a good idea. If you're in a stock, just make sure you're aware of your stop. It's earnings season, so I'll also be aware of when earnings are. But yeah, I would say just be careful, because we could get one solid green update in the S&P and all of a sudden we're at the high. But we're either going to punch through that and then consolidate, or we're going to slam into it and sell off. It's not going to be a drastic sell off, I don't think, because I don't think we're actually going to come back to this, because we've already tested it here. We were hitting it here, we broke through, came back and bounced off again. I don't think we would see any kind of a major sell off. But probably a pullback into a consolidation below this upper line would definitely happen. Or if we can actually punch through it and get some distance on it, there's likely to be a pullback to it and then some sideways action. So that's what I think is coming. I can't predict when we might punch up close to it. I can't predict if we're going to. If we do, we'll either consolidate above or below it, or hit it and fall. But even that fall probably isn't going to be that extreme, because the economy is really good. There isn't anything really to kill it, unless there's some kind of geopolitical news that just shakes everything up, and hopefully we don't get that. So that's my take on the overall markets. I think we probably are still going to see some continuous bull market upside, it seems like, but be very careful, because we're approaching a pretty major resistance level. So for the stocks I have in my list, let's take a look through that. Now, looks fantastic. This one is really nice. It's really holding inside the pattern well. The breakout level is up here, 245, 246 right now, somewhere around there. LULU looks really good. It did punch through. Volume wasn't super or anything, and it came right back in. So that level is still the level to watch, right around here. 173.33, I think is what I got for the upside. Trade desk, I've got the same kind of a pattern. I like the pullbacks into ascending triangles. Those are really good patterns. Breakout would be this 209.69, 209.70 area. AYX is still within this little flag kind of channel. 86.19, 86.20 would be the breakout point on that one. NFLX, even though my line was a little bit lower when it touched that, still it looks to me like it has a chance to break out of that. Right now it's 367, 366.93. See, 366.94 area. That will likely change if it continues to go sideways. YETI, this still looks really good. 33.20 is the high there. Etsy, I've adjusted the lines on this. I don't know if that really makes sense, but they're starting to make a bit more sense to me. This upper line has been consistently holding it down, and I've been playing with this lower line for a while, trying to find the right angle. This is starting to look more accurate now because it's touching that low, below that open, and now it's bounced in that area. So that line right where it is right now might be the trend line we're hoping for at the bottom. It's a lot more defined that way now. So right now I have an alert on it, but I'm not even going to mention it because it's got to bounce back up, and by the time it gets up there, it's going to be a lot lower. So we want it to bounce up there, keep going higher, and approach that upper line. This ZS, I've completely adjusted this pattern, I believe, because of that dip. Falling wedge, again, it's kind of like Etsy because it's down at the bottom line. Just really no point in giving an upper line number because it's going to take time to get up there, and that line's going to keep going down. Chegg, I just found this guy. Nice ascending triangle. Again, a nice drop into an ascending triangle. I love that pattern. So that's 39.12, 39.13 area. Jinko Solar, I found this a couple days ago, but didn't put it in the list because, well, I don't really know why. But it's got this really big symmetrical triangle for me. Hopefully it'll break out of there. 1925 area, 1930 area. And then these are the other ones that I've been following for a while that I've already broken out. The Xilinx still looks really good. Bouncing off the 21-day line on Thursday. Shopify, even though it broke out on light volume, look at the reaction here. Nice upside after a down day there. Looks pretty good. Match. This guy's kind of all over the place. But so I mentioned before, if you bought it here and it punched through that line, you're still in really good shape, even though it's swinging violently. If your stop is on break even and you got in right there, you're still okay. Fortinet, this guy's really dipped, even though I said before it looked like the strongest stock on the market. Now it's come down and bounced, but look at this. If you had bought in right there, it came so close, you could still be in it. Of course, I realize those violent dips down are hard to be in. I've done it. Sometimes you get stopped out, but sometimes it holds and then it just continues to climb. Fang, still kind of making its way higher, even though it sold off a bit on Thursday. And iRobot, this would load, there we go. Still trending higher. Even though that was pretty violent dip right there, there was another chance to buy it the next day, and then it started to trend higher. Well, that's it. Yeah, I hope next week we get. I hope we just get more upside. I guess what I would really like to see is a really solid green bar. Open here, close here, big green bar. I don't like these little bars. That's what makes me uneasy, is these little bars. The market just keeps going up with these tiny little bars, and it just doesn't feel like a lot of conviction to the upside, but it's apparently still there because the trend just keeps going higher, right? So that's what I hope to see, some big green bars. Yep, that's it. So the next video would be Monday night, and I hope to see you then.